Hey, man, I'm really, really sorry that I disappeared like that on you guys. I really do apologize. It's just been crazy. Like, weather's been fluctuating so bad down here. It's like super warm, and then all of a sudden it's just cold out of nowhere. It's a beautiful day, fucking thunderstorm out of nowhere. It's like, my allergies have been acting up like crazy. I've been sleeping like shit. It's been crazy, but I'm feeling better now. I'm happy to be back on the show. I apologize to everybody. I'm sure everybody missed me, but here I am back. We're gonna get this shit rock and rolling. Well, I mean, more people would rather look at a woman than a dude anyway, so that's fine by me. Well, I wonder what that means. You know what's funny that you say that because on my Facebook page, when I'm monitoring, it says the majority of my audience is females, usually between in their 30s and 40s. I am a sexy, sexy bitch. I am beautiful in every single way. Mm, 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 delicious. Mhm. Sounds good. There's so many of me. I'm everywhere.
September 30th, 1998. It's a day I'll never forget. The cop inside me died that day. And that night, Raccoon City was wiped out, thanks to the bioweapons created by Umbrella. Somehow I made it out, but too many others weren't so lucky. I was asked later to join a top-secret government program. Not that I had a choice. The training they kept my mind off everything. If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain. Even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
Digital agencies, listen up. Duda introduces the
Mm.
power of web.
Think you can swallow me whole, huh?
That look like a damn Loch Ness monster. Huh? I'm saying, it look like a damn Loch Ness monster, and he's hungry as shit. Oh, that's an ugly motherfucker. That looks like a giant salamander turd with a mouth. Yeah. Well, they probably wanted to up it to make it a little bit more challenging. You know, whenever they're revamping a game, they want to like switch it up a little bit.
Where'd you go? Shit. I'm sunk in this wreck. You tough son of a bitch.
Well, I mean, that's kind of. I thought that was a pretty cool moment for him to like he's gonna get eaten. He like saves himself by like stabbing the dude's mouth. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
I don't think the boat can take another hit like that.
Yeah. Look at that thing.
Jesus Christ.
Hmm. It looks like that he fell off the ugly tree and hit every fucking branch on the way down. It looks like the world. It looks like the world's ugliest witch fucked the world's ugliest troll. When he gave birth, they threw that bitch down to the ugly tree. It hit every fucking branch on the way down. They rammed it into the fucking dirt, dragged it through some shit, and then here we go. And you'd be angry too if you had a face like that. Well, I think that they probably slowed him down because he doesn't look like a fast character. So, I mean, obviously, your character should be able to outrun him. Because, I mean, look how big and bulky he is.
You got worms too?
True. Yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm.
It's that dog. Want help? 'Cause I could use it.
Mm. He looks like a fucking robot. Like he's got zero expression. Like the world is nothing. I am nothing. Everything is nothing. I think he's gonna go sit in the corner and listen to this depressing ass fucking music while he slits his wrist.
You want to get ugly? Let's get ugly. Should have known you were one of the bugs. That had to have done something. Guess your tap dancing days are over.
Well, that's good. It's good that they give you more options.
Hey, watch where you're swinging those things.
I think that's a nice touch, though. It makes him look a little bit extra creepy.
Nimble son of a bitch.
Now he's hopping around like a fucking monkey. He got his last lit on fire.
Running out of options, huh?
Right.
Give my regards to your god.
gonna turn into one of them, right?
I won't let that happen.
Amazon is overcharging you, but I can show you how to avoid it. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch.
Ashley!
Leon, stop! Don't any closer!
Are you hurt?
Watch out!
Please.
A little bit, yeah. Hey, hey, what are you doing here?
Do continue. Do not resist, my dear. It serves only to make you suffer all the worse. Senor Kennedy. Hang in there, Ashley. I'm coming for you.
Made him more serious. Absolutely.
You're Ramon's lapdog.
I didn't play this one,
So we're playing hide
but I
and
am
seek.
familiar with Leon because I did beat Resident Evil 2.
What's your move?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Well, the they always like to think that, well, if we change this up and change this up, it's going to look more fresh, and like the next generation of people might enjoy this a lot more. But then at the same time, you got your old school fans like yourself that see these details and are all like, "Nah, this is some bullshit. It was better the other way." I hear you. So overall, from a gaming score of 1 to 10, what would you give the remake of this game? So that would be what out of 10? Is that an 8 out of 10? Oh, a 6 out of 10. Well, y'all heard it here on the X Storm Show, man. 6 out of 10. As a video game, I don't want to consider myself a video game expert, but I'm pretty damn close. But I'm gonna have to agree, just from watching this video footage and having this conversation with X, and as much as he's played this game, I'm gonna have to give it like probably a 5.5 or a 6 myself, just on just sheer playability and the movements and everything like that. It was blotchier than it should have been. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So, starting with the PS3, PlayStation allowed you to change out hard drives, and you can still do that. They actually encourage you, even on the five. They actually sell two different types of hard drives. So there's an external hard drive that sits outside of your console, and you can put storage onto that. Only problem with that is that if you have a game on that storage device, you need to actually bring it onto your console to be able to play your games, which is kind of a tedious task. Or they have this other one that's a very simple task. You flip your console upside down, take a couple of screws off. There's a little slot in there that allows you to plug in this other type of drive that you can get, usually by Seagate, and then you plug that sucker in, and it becomes a secondary internal drive, so that way you can just pick which drive you want. It'll give you the option of the console's drive or the other internal drive, and you can get up to 4 terabytes of extra space doing that. So, so instead of having that 1 terabyte of space that comes with your console, you can turn your console in very easily into a 5 terabyte console. I don't think that's possible because it's completely integrated. Everything's all integrated. And I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I'm definitely gonna have to agree with you on that. But it is what it is, my friend. True that. Absolutely. You know, if you've got the power to be able to pull that off, that's one thing. All right, because you know there are a lot of people who like the attention to detail, like when you're playing like a game like Elder Scrolls, you know, or you're playing a game like Fallout. You know, you're looking at your environment, you're looking around and stuff like that. The realism looks great and everything, but those games had the software and were on consoles that had the hardware to be able to support that. So that's why it was able to look the way that it did. That is true. That is true. Yet. Yet. There's always that yet. Actually, PlayStation has already said, as well as Xbox, that within the next 2 to 4 years or 3 to 4 years, there will be another console. Because money, man. It's always about the money. Yeah, that was some shit. I'll tell you what is cool, and it's called the Backbone. The Backbone is a device that plugs up to any smartphone with a C-type charger. It plugs in and makes your pretty much your screen a game system. And what it does is, as long as your PlayStation 5 is on, or if your Xbox Series X is on and connected to the internet, your system can be in South Carolina, you can be over in Michigan and still be able to play your console wherever you're at as long as it's on directly from your phone. That is a cool device. And that device, my friend, is only, I believe it's $200. Yeah, only $200. But here's a fun little ditty for the day. So I know we're always trying to keep the show funky and fresh and always up for new ideas. So today I'd like to install a little segment I like to call our daily dose of Florida. Today on the Daily Dose of Florida, I wanted to talk about this nice gentleman who decided, and this happened on the outskirts of Orlando. They didn't really disclose the exact information on what part of Florida. I just know it's somewhere outside of Orlando. So apparently, this gentleman decided to break into a construction site and steal a forklift. As this gentleman broke into the gate and decided to steal this forklift, he then caused damage to the on site construction of this convenience store that was being built onto the local Walmart. While doing all this damage, he also decided to hit a fire. Yeah, no, well, not a fire extinguisher. God, I can't think of the name of the. Hold on, I wrote it down. The fire hydrant. I'm sorry. God, I'm brain dead because the Florida is sinking in. So he not only hit a fire hydrant, which then caused water damage to the construction site and all the equipment, and the fire hydrant water also flooded over a ton of concrete mix. Okay, bunch of it, which that was not good. He also knocked over cinder blocks, causing the entire site to cause over $100,000 in damage. When the police finally showed up and got there after he's already run amok on this damn forklift, the forklift had some cinder blocks on it as well. He then proceeds to climb to the top of his forklift and starts chucking cinder blocks at the police officers until they finally were able to get him off of there, take him to the ground, and arrest him. And he's awaiting other charges like evading the police, construction of private property, avoiding arrest, and attempt an assault of an officer. Plus breaking and entering and destruction of public property and city property when he destroyed that fire hydrant. So he's not going to be out for a while. and that's not including the $100,000 in fines he now owes, and will probably have to pay that back somehow, along with serving some sort of jail time. And that, my friends, is our fantastic Florida man of the day. Yeah, no shit. No shit. And from what I read in the article, it does not look like any officers were hurt during the whole thing. So, yeah. So I guess that's definitely a good thing. And yeah, that's a hell of a. he just wanted to go for a joyride on the fucking thing. That's all. I think he was. I mean, they didn't say if he was intoxicated or if he was under the influence of anything, but I imagine he was probably lit. It was like, I'm gonna go for a joyride. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. You deal with enough fucking dumbass people all the time. It turns you into a different type of person. It's crazy. Absolutely. I'll tell you what kills me is like when people say, "Oh, the police aren't doing their job." Let me tell you something. If they weren't, the areas that you live in right now would be running a fucking muck if the police weren't doing their fucking job. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If there was no law and order, everybody would be doing whatever the hell they want whenever they wanted. Oh god. It'd be like the purge every day. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. No, not at all. Not at all. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. Well, actually, I had a question for you really quick. So when we were doing that review, I don't know if other people caught ear of what you were saying, but I could have sworn I heard you say something about you were saying, well, me and JJ420 were talking about this during her show. Does that mean that you finally got a recording? Are we getting something here? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is awesome. Hey, and you know what? It's like me and you've been saying the whole time. Like sometimes projects take a little while to get up and running. You got to have everything in all your ducks in order and everything like that. And this is just showing to all of you out there that when we say there's a project coming, there's an actual project coming. JJ420 now up on the channel, and y'all stay tuned also because I'm throwing some stuff up on the Elding channel as well here, for the X Storm show. And, pretty soon, as soon as, he's got time in between, animation and production projects, and now this show and the 420 show, he's got a lot going on under his plate. You'll start seeing some new magic tricks from me appearing on this channel as well really soon. So I just sent X a whole bunch of stuff today, so you'll start seeing it soon. Also, I also even sent him a link that eventually will appear somewhere on the page to where you can actually link to my YouTube channel and watch a sneak peek at one of my live magic shows. Yeah, every single year. This nice lady, she's hired me for the last going on 5 years. Every Halloween night, I perform a magic show at her private residence. It's usually for anywhere between 100 to 150 people. Me and my buddy Brandon, who I've mentioned on this channel before, who also does magic, he's performed with me this show the last 2 years. He's a card magician, which I need to get with him really soon when he's not busy between work, and he's going to school right now for welding. I got to get with him, and I want to get some video footage of him so that way we can go ahead and share it on this channel as well, so that way y'all can get a taste of my buddy Brandon's up close and personal card magic, which will blow your mind. Yes, and not only by you guys, but you personally were the cameraman for that entire performance. So, and that's why you guys are going to notice that the quality of this video is going to be very well done. And he's got one of the steadiest hands in the business. So it's very, very professional looking, even though he's literally just holding my phone camera. But you wouldn't think so, the way that he handles this camera. And you guys will see that once he posts that Halloween special. Now, this is the Halloween special from obviously 2023, because we haven't had a Halloween special this year yet because we're not quite there in 2024. So this is the 2023 Halloween special. I do also have Halloween specials from 2022 and 2021, but I don't really care for the video quality too much on those. This one is much more clarity. The sound quality is a lot better, and you guys should actually visually see the tricks much better in this version of my show. Yeah, so maybe I'll also eventually send a link to Brandon's part of the show as well, because they're cut off into two different portions, and I've got Brandon's performance on there as well. I just want to make sure it's okay with Brandon, before I release that information out to the World Wide Web, and just want to get his okay. And then I'd like to get some new performances of him, because Brandon, even though he's busy, very busy man, he is still inventing brand new tricks. And that's the other thing about Brandon. that you got to love about him. He's only been doing magic for going on 3.5 years, and he has been inventing tricks for the past 2. So that's why a lot of his magic is baffling, because it's a lot of original magic. And original magic is the best thing to do nowadays, because that's what blows people's minds the most. Being able to invent your own trick or put your own twist on there is one of the best new forms of deception. But all that's coming down the wire real soon. Nice. We don't talk about the rabbit hole trick. Yeah, it's a little creepy. It's pretty creepy. I don't do that kind of creepy magic. My magic makes people smile, not cry themselves to sleep. Yes. Yes. I have seen some of the cool products. We've talked about some of the products that we want to produce, and we generated some stuff, and I think some of this merch is going to be really, really cool once we get it up and running. We're going to start with just pre-orders. We're going to do just purely pre-orders. So if you're interested in it, you'll pay for it in advance, and then we will get it out to you. So we'll only be taking pre-orders and pre-orders only. We're only going to have a limited run of how many pre-orders we're going to take at a time for right now, just so we can kind of gauge and feel on what you guys want. I think sometime later on down the line, once we have our full set ready, I think me and X would like to, kind of like maybe do a little review on some of our products that we're going to be having, and like maybe you guys leave comments on what you like, what you don't like, or maybe products you'd like to see us have on our page. What's that? Nice. Love that. Wow, coffee too. Okay, okay. Do that. Sounds good to me, my friend. That's right. Nope. Well, also with being that level of a person, I also believe that we did talk about that there'd be special content for them as well that would only be accessible if they are part of that $2.99 club price. So there will be specialty I will be putting on there for the fans. If they do decide to do that, they'll be able to access specialty magic tricks, which are not only magic tricks, but if you're one of those paid people, I will also have a section on there where not only will I show you a trick, I will do this at least a couple of times a month. I will show you a trick and then I will teach it to you. So that way, eventually, you can start doing magic for yourself, for parties, kids, your own kids, your own family members, or impress somebody at school that says, "Oh, you're not special." Yes, I am. Watch this. You know, it's like it's like taking a single coin, and placing it in your hand and giving it a little squeeze, and then making it into two coins, or then taking that said coin, putting it on top of this coin like this, and then rubbing them together. Once again, make one coin. So there's stuff like that is like super simple for you would think somebody like me, but it's also very teachable. Everything is teachable from the one of the oldest tricks ever, which making a pen float in your hand like so, to doing the rubber pen and making it solid again. All right, to making a pen then vanish. Okay, this one's a freebie for the channel right now. Just an example. When you're taking your pen and you make it disappear, it goes 1, 2, 3. Okay, but really what's happening is this: 1, 2, and then you break and turn your wrist. So it's 1, 2, break your wrist, and then you're holding it to where it looks like something is still supposed to be there. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. It's a bad angle, but once again, this isn't what I normally do a lot of, but practice, mirror practice. Look at yourself in the mirror whenever you're practicing any kind of magic trick. All right, whether it's something as simple as taking the cap and then crushing it inside your hand and then making it reappear. Practice makes perfect. Exactly. Yay, a ball. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate you guys.